Oh, look, something's happening. Oh my gosh! Oh, check that out! It's so hot. We're just not used to it. I know. How about a nice refreshing drink to cool me down? Good old water. But it's room temperature. It's practically warm. I know. Let's put some ice in it. Oh no, the freezer's too full and we haven't been able to stock it up with ice. What are we going to do? What a stroke of luck. I've just been sent this ice maker to test. So technically this is a sponsored video. However, they're not paying me any money and all opinions expressed in this video are genuinely mine. So initially I wasn't going to take this collaboration because I didn't see quite how it would fit into my videos. However, then I saw a weather forecast saying that we were going to experience a tropical heat wave. And secondly, I had an idea for how to use it in a video. That video will be coming up very soon, so watch this space. You see, although I've been kind of interested in ice makers in the past, I never thought I was going to get one because, well, they're quite expensive. This one is actually really affordable. More on that later. It's time for the unboxing out of my trusty chef's knife. So we have some packaging, some instructions which will probably be quite useful, more packaging. Ooh, here we go. And here is the machine itself. How do I get this out? Oh, it's got a handle. Okay. And some more packaging in the bottom. And here we go. Da, da, da. So it comes in this nice matte black colour. It's about the same size and shape as a bread maker, to be honest. So it will take some real estate up on your countertop, but it's not huge. I would say the footprint is the same size of your average toaster. So it's got this nice big sticker at the front, a bit of a kind of a warning instruction type thing saying, please leave this machine level upright for 24 hours. So it comes with this handy ice bucket, which I'm guessing collects the ice at the end of the process, and also a handy little ice scoop, which is quite cute. So normally I'm a typical man who doesn't like to read manuals, but in this case I'm going to make an exception because I just want to make sure it works properly. See, that wasn't quite as satisfying as a mobile phone peel. I've rinsed the machine out and I've put it through its self-cleaning function, which is really, really handy. And now it's been ready to go. I left it overnight before I even opened it, so it's fine. It was vertical when it came out of the box, so all the refrigerant is settled. So we're going to put it to the test and see how fast it can actually make ice cubes, and also how many it can make in an hour. After that, I'll give you my full honest assessment with all the pros and cons, and I'll let you know if I think it's worth buying. So it's very simple really. All we have to do is pour water into the max fill line, which is just at that lip here. Okay, there you go. It recommends to use filtered water. In the UK, I'm happy to use tap water because it's safe to drink. As long as you're using safe drinkable water, you're fine. If you live in a hard water area, I would recommend using a filter. I think it says that in the instructions as well. But our water is actually quite soft, so I'm happy to use water straight from the tap. You need to make a judgment call on your own quality of water. So next I'm just going to insert the ice basket, switch on the machine at the plug. So when you switch on the machine, it automatically defaults to large ice cubes, and that's what's blinking now. I think we're going to go for large to start with because obviously larger is the bigger challenge anyway. It's got lights for add water, which means that must mean when you need to replenish it. When the ice is full, this light will come on, and this light here is to indicate small ice cubes. The fact that it's got a light that tells you to add water is quite exciting because it implies that you can just keep adding water and the ice machine will keep making ice cubes. Imagine not having to ever go to a supermarket just to buy ice cubes anymore. That always seems a waste of time and money for me anyway. I'm going to switch this bad boy on. Something's happening. Fridge noises are happening. Oh, something moved. Oh, okay. Not sure what that's all about yet. Oh, I get it. I guess that looks like the implement that's going to move the ice cubes in the end. Ah. You can see the reservoir filling up at the back. It seems those prongs are going to freeze and the water is going to freeze around them to make ice. Well, it won't be cubes, will they? I can see something happening. It's like the water is thickening around those prongs, so it's definitely making ice. I see 1, 2, 3. I see 8 prongs, so it should be able to deliver 8 cubes at a time. You can see the ice around the prongs is really thick now. I think we're close. We're coming up to 7. We're coming up to 8 minutes. Oh, look, something's happening. Wow. Okay. They look more like bullets than they do ice cubes. What's going to happen now? Oh my gosh! Oh, check that out! What now? Ah, here comes the scoop. Right. Oh, and it scoops it into the ice bucket. How cool is that? It's filling up the reservoir again, and away we go. And you can just leave it running. So what just happened was the prongs heated up temporarily enough to melt the ice bullets from the prongs, fall into the little catching thing, and the scoop scoops it up into the ice basket. That's really cool. That's really cool. I love that. So that's never going to get old, is it? As you can see, the add water light has come on, which means it hasn't got enough water to make another set of ice cubes, so we're done. Let's see the results, shall we? There we have it, guys. So the machine went on for nearly 2.5 hours before it ran out of water. I didn't actually measure how much water went into the reservoir, but that's not actually as important as how many ice cubes we can make before it runs out of water. You don't plumb this machine in, so therefore when the reservoir's gone you have to top it up manually, which is obviously really good because it keeps things simple. And the grand total is so in 2.5 hours it made 128 ice cubes, which I think is pretty damn good. It took an hour to make 48 ice cubes. On the box it claims to make 14 kilograms in 24 hours. Let's weigh them and put this to the test. So 48 ice cubes in an hour. This is an hour's worth of ice. In 1 hour I made 286 grams of ice, which is 0.286 kilograms times 24 equals 6.864 kilograms. So that's a little bit off of what it said. The claim of 14 kilograms is a little bit optimistic, I feel. But to be honest, that's not bad and it's totally suitable for my requirements. Okay. Total in 2.5 hours, it's made 770 grams of ice, which I think is pretty impressive, to be honest. Again, give it 10% for some melt off that when it was in the machine. I'd say that's around 850 grams of ice, maybe 900 if we're being generous. My instant reaction to this machine is, well, it's got me a little bit hot under the collar. So let me cool down and I'll gather my thoughts and give you my final summary. Cheers. Oh, that is nice. Much better than room temperature. To sum up, I'm going to give you some pros and cons. We're going to start with the pros. It makes ice and it makes ice fast, especially at this price point. And we'll get onto that in a second. It's fully automated. All you have to do is put the water into the reservoir, press start, and away you go. It goes until it runs out of water and then it automatically stops. Brilliant. When I first saw it moving the ice from the back into the front, I thought at some point that's going to jam or it's going to get caught or something's going to happen and it just will jam and it will stop. In 2.5 hours, not one problem, it worked perfectly all the time. Every time those prongs heated up, and that is just so cool, by the way. Every time those prongs heated up, the ice would reliably slide down the prongs, and after that, it seemed to know when everything fell off. I don't know how it does that. It must have a sensor for everyone to fall off before it moves the scoop. Again, I thought it might scoop without moving every piece of ice to the front, but 100% of the time, it's worked without fail. That is pretty cool. Pro number 3, it saves you room in the freezer. We rarely think that far ahead and we hardly ever have the ice trays topped up. With this machine, you can have ice in 9.5 minutes and it'll keep going. So for your family and for parties, it's fantastic. If you're having an event or a party, all you need to do is get it going the night before, have it generate as many ice cubes as you like, fill these freezer bags full of them, stick them in your freezer and you're good to go. And then during your party, you can get the machine going so you're always topping up all the time. Theoretically, you'll never run out of ice. It doesn't take a lot of space up on your countertop. It's the same size as a bread maker. So if you've got enough space for about a square foot, you're good to go. You're never gonna have to buy ice from a supermarket again. It's really simple to maintain. It's got a little plug underneath, so all you have to do when you're finished is to put it over a basin or the sink, pull out the plug and drain the excess water away. Then give it a wipe down with some kitchen roll and you're good to go. So on to the cons. It's a bit noisy. To be fair, this is the one thing that kind of stuck out during the whole test. Does it bother me? No, not really. My kitchen is never really a quiet place. I couldn't shoot a video whilst I had it on because it would have that noise going off in the background like quite a loud fridge. But obviously you don't put this on 24/7, you only put it on when you need to. So if you can tolerate a little bit of noise for the duration of making some ice, then you're absolutely fine. And if you're having a party, the music's going to be on, people are going to be talking, it's not a problem. Secondly, while it is going to take up some space on your kitchen counter, the good thing about ice cube trays is the fact that they're tucked away out of sight in your freezer. But like I said before, if you don't have much room in your freezer in the first place, you're not making any ice. I mean, it's definitely something you could pack away in the winter or when you're not using it at all. Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. But I think it's going to be out on the counter for me all the time because A, I like cold drinks, and B, Kobe, my son, he loves ice. So he's always going to be using this. The third con is it doesn't actually work as fast as they say. On the box it says between 5 and 8 minutes. It's nowhere near 5 minutes, which I'm assuming is for the smaller ice cube or ice bullet as I'm calling them. 8 minutes is what they say is the top end of the time scale, but ours never got it below 9.5 minutes, which for me is not a problem. Again, You have to decide whether that is a deal breaker for you. And finally, I guess if you're being really nitpicky, they are not ice cubes. They're ice bullets. Now I see this as a bit of a double-edged sword. If you want a drink that you want a slow melt on your ice, an ice cube is better because it has less surface area per volume. Therefore, it'll melt slower. And these ice bullets will melt faster because they've got more surface area. Because the liquid of your drink can get inside the ice bullet, it's melting from both sides at once, so they will not last as long as an ice cube. The upside to that is it's going to cool your drink faster because it's got more surface area, and therefore it's cooling your drink a little bit faster because it's got more contact with your drink. Again, this very much depends on how you like your drinks. Personally, I don't care. It has to be like this because that's how it makes these ice bullets. So therefore I don't see a choice in the matter. It's not a deal breaker for me. If it is for you, then there are other options out there. So we've established it works, and in my opinion, it works really, really well. The next big question is, how much is it? Drum roll. It is currently listed at £70 or approximately 93 US dollars, which I think is amazing. When I was offered this collaboration, the first thing I did was guess at how much this product was going to be. And I was estimating at about £180 upwards. So £70 is a very, very pleasant surprise. When all is said and done, considering the performance and the price of this thing, it's a no-brainer. And as I promised at the beginning of this video, this is totally an honest opinion. It's not just because they've been nice enough to gift me one. Having now tested it, if I didn't have one, I definitely would buy one. That's how much I like it. I definitely have a great use for this ice machine when it comes to my normal cooking routine. And if you like and subscribe and watch out for my next video, you'll find out then. See you then. Cheers, guys.